Once upon a time, there was a wise man who used to go to the ocean to do his writing. He had a habit of walking on the beach before he began his work.
I was at the first open house of the Youth Service Bureau when it was just Stillwater Youth Service Bureau in the historic courthouse back in 1978, 32 years ago. So I think it's really fitting that we're here today in the historic courthouse to celebrate Paul's retirement and 32 years of excellence as the executive director of YSB.
One day, as he was walking along the shore, he looked down the beach and saw a human figure moving like a dancer. He smiled to himself at the thought of someone who would dance to the day, and so he walked faster to catch up.
You know, as I was thinking about talking about Paul, I know how many times I've really talked about the importance of this agency, both to the justice system, to our agency in general, and haven't probably ever had the opportunity to talk about Paul's significance, both in terms of over the course of my career having a professional like that who I consider a true partner and an inspiration. I was thinking about the African proverb that talks about the Maasai and how their traditional greeting is literally translates into "How are the children?" and that each member of that tribe will say that to one another and respond, hopefully, that the children are well. And that Paul's really a person who I think each morning gets up and thinks about how are the children and then goes about his day making sure that the children in Washington County are well.
As he got closer, he noticed that the figure was that of a young man, and that what he was doing was not dancing at all. The young man was reaching down to the shore, picking up small objects, and throwing them into the ocean.
Paul's attitude and demeanor just comes out. What you see in Paul is what you get. There's no pretentiousness there. He's very, what's the word, unassuming, I guess is the word I'm looking for. And I think that plays well when he approaches community groups. I can't count the number of United Way presentations we made together, and Paul just says the right thing at the right time. And people understand when they listen to Paul that this is a man who tells the truth. You know, he doesn't ask for twice as much money as we need. He says, this is what we need. And that total honesty really comes through with staff, with clients, certainly with our stakeholders, and that will be missed.
He came closer still and called out, "Good morning. May I ask what it is that you are doing?" The young man paused, looked up, and replied, "Throwing starfish into the ocean."
Paul got me onto the board of directors about 3 years ago, and I found out Paul is actually a very interesting man and very dedicated, and he's really going to be missed. Paul, we're going to miss all your work, and I want to thank you for setting the stage for the future of Youth Service Bureau.
"I must ask then, why are you throwing starfish into the ocean?" asked the somewhat startled wise man.
The youth that deal with the Youth Service Bureau seem to come to a very good outcome. We've had nothing but good experiences with the staff of the Youth Service Bureau and the relationship we've established with Paul, and we are now going to miss him because he has been the face of the Youth Service Bureau, and we expect that the services we receive will continue, but Paul's leaving will leave a huge void in what we've received to this point.
To this, the young man replied, "The sun is up and the tide is going out. If I don't throw them in, they'll die."
Well, congratulations, Paul, for his retirement. All of his years that he's provided the leadership for the Youth Service Bureau have been amazing. He's an insightful person that is far-reaching, connects with a lot of people, a lot of communities, and all for the benefit of kids and families.
Upon hearing this, the wise man commented, "But young man, do you not realize that there are miles and miles of beach, and there are starfish all along every mile? You can't possibly make a difference."
Paul should be excited about retirement because I've told him many times, don't work a day longer than you have to. Paul loves to sail. I think that he should try a Caribbean sail some winter rather than just here on the St. Clair River. That would be something I'd love to do with Paul. I think he'd be a great sailmaster.
At this, the young man bent down, picked up yet another starfish, and threw it into the ocean. As it met the water, he said, "It made a difference for that one."
Whether it's on land or on water, I just hope that Paul continues to have smooth sailing.
Thank you, Paul, for your many years of throwing starfish back into the ocean. With your leadership, the YSB has helped so many youth and families realize their strengths, find solutions, and create positive futures. Enjoy your retirement, knowing you have trained us all well, and that we will never stop walking the beach looking for starfish.